And cast, Melanie C. Lewis Smith, Stephen Mangan, Joe Lyson, Henning Ben, Louis Spence, Preston Blumenthal, Catherine Ryan, and their team captain, John Locke. And facing them tonight, Jason Biggs, Johnny Vegas, Carol Vorderman, Josh Whittaker, Natalie Cassidy, Tony Law, Holly Walsh, Lorraine Pascal, David O'Doherty, Hannah Cockrell, Nikki Flanagan, Mel Gadroy, and their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cat's Best Bits, a show all about opinion polls, survey statistics, and the best bits from this series. Did you know, for example, the average mum has 1 hour a day to themselves? That's the thing with mums, selfish. 9 out of 10 children visit McDonald's once a month. What's that thing that all the kids get in McDonald's? Oh yeah, fat. And 27% of people keep a weapon by the bed to protect themselves against intruders. I don't have a weapon. Instead, I sleep in stockings and suspenders. Then if I'm burgled, I just throw back the covers and say, "What kept you?" Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist's job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean Steen, what do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Is it the fact that Abu Qatada, like Peter Andre, won't be going back to Jordan? Which is the real tragedy. But that's the real tragedy. When will she find love? But on another matter, yes, we can't get rid of Abu Qatada.
We can't, yeah, it's terrible.
I think that Abu Qatada, he gets a lot of unfair press here in the country. Like, it's always described as the nightmare neighbour. How can that man be a nightmare neighbour? I mean, he's not allowed to leave the house. He's not allowed to have visitors. The police is always on the doorstep. He's an absolutely brilliant neighbour.
And also, if you've got a parcel coming, you can say, "Leave it at Abu."
Yeah.
Guaranteed to always be in.
Or someone at the probably people won't do that for him, though. Yeah, I'll have one of Abu's parcels.
John, David, Rachel, what else have the nation been talking about over the last week?
We're getting a new labelling system for food. It's basically saying, oh, poor people are stupid. They go into a supermarket and they pick up Haribo Tang Fastics and they think it's fruit. People know what shit food is. The reason they eat shit food is because they work all day in an office with people they hate. They're working in a job that they're told every day they're going to lose, and then they go back to a shitty flat that they can't afford to buy. And do you know what they think? I don't fancy couscous for tea. Do you know what I fancy? A mixing bowl full of Viennetta and chips that I eat with my fist.
Is it the Scottish independence? They've agreed to have a referendum on Scottish independence.
They have indeed. They've set a date.
They've set a date. Have they actually set the date?
They've set, well, 2014, yes.
Because they're going to let 16 and 17-year-olds vote in Scotland, so they've got to give them a year to sort out babysitters and things like that.
They've invented a lot of stuff. They invented the steam engine, the electric light bulb, the television, this expression. Before, when people felt like that, south of the border, they used to go...
The fist.
Then the Scots came along and went...
The Scottish are very... They've just canned a marketing campaign. This is how confident they are with Scotland. They had this gem lined up to advertise Edinburgh. Incredinburgh! And they shelved it. They said, we don't need it. We don't need to go there. I say every town should be advertised like that. Well done, D. Glasgow, fuck yourself. That's more appropriate.
Relax, everyone. Just whoa. Take a moment, everyone.
This is the killer.
Sean Lock, everyone.
Yabba dabba deen.
Johnston, what else have people been talking about this week?
Lance Armstrong. Is that something that's... I feel like that's been popular over here as well.
We've been chatting about it a little bit. American sportsmen generally, yeah.
Yeah. You guys get American things here?
You get too many.
I'll be honest with you.
Treat. You can have that back. Can I get a coffee? No, you can't get a coffee. You can have a coffee. You can only get a coffee if you bloody work there. The Easter Bunny. You've just opened a can of worms with me, mate.
It's the US elections. The choice between two quite dull men who are terrible at talking. They had a debate this week, and they're just both terrible at actually talking. It's really hard to listen to them go, we gotta good-rate the economy because if it gets any more badified, we're gonna be saturated until, like, 2000 and later than now, because...
It's called Mitt Romney. Which
Yes.
It's not a... Yeah.
You've really cracked to the very heart of the US debate, haven't you?
Mitt is not a name. No one's called Mitt. I convinced my girlfriend that it was short for mitten.
Mitten Romney.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend?
Don't.
Catherine, have you been following the American election?
Oh, Barack Obama and Michelle, his wife, are like the Jay-Z and Beyonce of politics. They're very exciting. Like, Barack Obama, he can sing, and he's, like, cool. And, you know, I experienced some climate change when I look at him, I'll be honest. Oh, yeah, like, when he talks about the national debt, my budget gap widens.
What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The I'm a celebrity thing, isn't it?
People I think I can't bear on it now is Ant and Dec, because they're like... It's gone on now, they just laugh. They're like Gaddafi's sons. Laugh at people being tortured. They just laugh, you're being tortured, you're being bitten, you have to eat this. Then they're more torture. There's a woman in a coffin having insects crawling all over her face, and they're just going... You can't tire of watching people going... It just doesn't get boring.
Yeah, but it's all the stuff in between where people sit down going, oh, I miss my family. I don't. They throw things.
I mean, you would be incredible on the show if you were ever do. Do they offer it to you?
Every year. And every year, I happen to be in a supermarket where I can buy stuff and I don't have to beg for it. You know, when you're doing your shopping, they go, would you like to do a celebrity to get me out of here? Or any of them, and you're going, yeah, but you see, I'm here and I've got 9 Twixes and I don't have to do a task.
Well, Lorraine, would you go on?
Absolutely no way. About my personal space, do you know what I mean? I don't want all these people around me all the time, getting on my nerves, having to eat anuses and willies. It's just not my thing.
Well, it's a shame.
Is it the Rolling Stones? Back on the road, man. But I think they look like a great collection of Toby jugs. Did you see them on the shelf?
Yeah.
They've said they might play Glastonbury, haven't they?
Yeah, they said they might play
They
Glastonbury.
might do, if the weather's all right.
No, if they're still alive. You know, the massive road crew, they have one guy whose job is just to iron Keith before they... He just puts Keith out all night, more like, Keith, yeah, you ready for tonight? We're on in a couple of hours, so I'll lift you up there.
Their greatest hits album, this is the shittest album title I've ever heard. Their greatest hits album is going to be called Grrr. I think what it was is they were typing greatest hits and one of them just fell asleep on the keyboard. It's the Labour Party conference.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's been so exciting that the main story that's come out of it is that I read that Ed Miliband, when he was at school, he got given a Walkman by Ken Livingstone, which is a story so dull you wouldn't even tell it on Bullseye. They all look like people who, when they come out of the conference, they still leave their little lanyards on when they get into the hotel. even though they know. There's a point on the train where they think, oh, I'm not at the conference anymore, I should take this off. And I thought, this will be an interesting conversation starter in the bar. So, I see you've got a landlord. Yes, I've been at the Labour Party conference.
Nobody does that.
They do.
Nobody's bothered about any... Of all the things to get annoyed about, it's not like, and he didn't take his laminate off.
It was the same during the Olympics when they all had their caps on and their bags, and they're like, yeah, I'm helping make the Olympics happen. Well, you're on a train now. It's not happening here, is it?
Are you having... You're having a go at all the Olympic volunteers. That's what John's doing.
I'm having a go at the ones who were volunteers outside.
Could you do me a favour?
Yes.
Could you do me a favour? Could you put away your gold medals? Because
I'm sorry.
it's over now and it's
Yeah.
boring John.
Yeah.
Because John doesn't like it when people remember nice things they've been to.
I don't like
There he is, killing joy.
I went to the Paralympics and I had my laminate. And I went for a meal. I went for lunch before. Oh.
You leave it on?
Well, the day before I'd forgotten it, so I thought I'll put it on. I'll put my coat over it. That's fine. Took my coat off to eat, and then the guy came over and he said, "Oh, what's that?" And I said, "Oh." He said, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, I've got to be at the Paralympics today." And he
That's
said,
an interesting story, actually. I've got to be at the Paralympics. No, you're right, John. It is annoying, yeah.
and he said,
If he'd taken his laminate off and lost it, he couldn't get in. The reason they keep it on is that's how they get in to do their job.
You left it on so that he would ask and you go, sorry, I'm doing a bit of TV work, apparently. It's really boring, but if you could bring the food quickly, because I've got to be on TV in like an hour, so anyway. Working at the Paralympics, yeah, it's pretty boring. I'm sorry you asked me about it. With your girlfriend as well, with your little lanyard and your girlfriend. And,
That's the real issue. People with laminates have relationships.
Yeah, I was just wearing a laminate in a bar. She just came up to me and said, what's that? Oh, God, yeah, I didn't even know I had it. It's massive and it's really heavy. And when I took my coat off, I thought, oh, bloody laminate, I'll leave it on. What's that? It's just a laminate that points down at my penis. I've got a penis. Maybe you want to touch it and be my boyfriend.
Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Here's your question.
Right.
Most people think cookery shows make it look too easy. True or false?
False.
False, Jimmy, move on.
False.
Round 3.
Look, I'll tell you this, OK? In GBB03, Great British Bake Off 3, that's what we say.
Quicker, just to say it, I think, if you don't...
John, who did really, really well and actually won GBB03, he made the Colosseum, the Coloruddy-seum, out of gingerbread.
Have you tried to cook food in the real world?
Yes.
Let's talk it through.
OK.
First of all, you've got to go and buy it.
Yeah.
Then you've got to cut it up. Then you've got to cook it.
Yeah.
How is that easy? And what part of that? And then you've got to apologise to the people you served it.
That's difficult.
You know, you look in the cupboard and you think, I don't have any of this shit in this book. Because I've got other stuff to get on with, you know. Oh, some capsicum seeds. What? Where? When? Most people in that cupboard have got a tin of fish or something, a tin of baked beans that have been sold to you, they were multi-pack only, but you let it slide. You know, it's just chaotic. You know, and you ain't got the pan that you need, you're trying to get the fish and cutting its head off, and then you're eating it with an hammer, and, you know, and you get the broccoli, and you're not allowed to sweep people's faces with it because they don't like it. All the time. What is in the hallway? A takeaway menu.
Most women would rather date a gymnast than a footballer. True or false?
Well, you see, for me, I'd rather a gymnast, because they're fitter, they've got bigger muscles, haven't they?
Go on, show us the guns, come on.
Look at those biceps, that's like
gymnasts
proper.
are a lot less rapey than footballers. So that's good, isn't it?
They can't turn it off, can they, gymnasts? So the sex with the gymnast is fine, but the dismount...
It's all about the dismount, I've said this before.
So do you end up by the side of the bed with your knees straight?
Bent. I look for recognition, she gives me the nod, I can go make the cup of tea.
Most people think their life would make a good musical. True or false?
Oh, I think most people's lives probably would make a good musical.
Favourite musical? Sean?
I don't really like musicals, to be honest.
Do you like anything?
I do, I like loads of things. I love rice. I like books, I like music.
What music do you like?
Well, all the good stuff.
What genre?
All the good genres.
Do you like rock music?
I like rock music, yes.
OK, well, I would like to invite you to come and see Jesus Christ Superstar next year.
Oh, thank you.
Are you more likely to buy a book if it's written by a celebrity? Yes or no?
If I wrote a book, I'd call it Confessions of a Hollywood Gigolo. And then the first sentence would be, I must confess, I have never been a gigolo in Hollywood. You've written a couple of books, haven't there?
I wrote one book.
No, there's two. There's the one you actually give to the Inland Revenue. And there's the one you keep to yourself. Those two, yeah.
Have you written a book?
Yeah, I've written a book, yeah.
An autobiography?
No, God, no. If I've learnt anything, it's the less that people know about me, the better. No, just a book about jokes.
About jokes?
Yeah, not an amazing... It's not as good as this book. What expression are you making there? What were you shooting for?
Oh, this world.
It looks like a sort of your lip transplant. That was before you had lips.
What it is...
I'll just read you a small little passage. When I think about it now, the thought of my bony white body pressed up against hers and her having to tolerate my wet breath against her neck, it's a wonder to me that she was never sick into my face. Some self-esteem issues there, John.
It's one of those kiss and tell books where nobody gets kissed, but I tell anyway.
What's the last sentence?
The last sentence,
the last chapter's lovely.
Here's to many more years on the hunt. Most women are more attracted to a geek than a tough guy. True or false?
Most important thing a woman wants in a man, you know, is where he puts towels. That seems to be an obsession.
So you guys know about the towel thing.
But I don't understand it. I don't understand why that's a particular... Every single woman I know, every single relationship I know about, that's an issue. Why a towel can cause so much pain and misery.
It's a sign... Oh, now I've become the woman in this relationship.
What do you mean
It's
now?
not about the towel, Sean. It's what the towel represents. Do you know what it says to me, Sean? You've got out of the shower and you thought, yeah, I'll let John get that towel.
What are you doing in my bathroom?
Picking your towels up, that's what I'm doing, young man. But no, the towel is just it's a very visible, wet, stinking gesture that says, don't care where that goes.
John, I'm not talking about leaving towels. No, I'm at a totally different level. I'm there, they're not in the right place. You just hang them up somewhere, but like a door. Just hang it over a door, like that. Like a little flag, like a symbol.
I'm not...
Sean's in that room, probably. Well, he's been in there recently.
I've made it. It's worse, though, hanging it on a door, because that says, I understand the process of hanging this up. I just choose to put it somewhere it's going to piss you off.
And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Best way to make an ex jealous. What do you think?
I think being able to fit into their clothes. That makes them jealous. Look, I can get into your clothes. Turn up, waddling in one of their dresses, go, look, it fits me better than it fits you! I can look better than you in this dress!
It's jealous, not terrified. Most annoying thing about sharing a house.
Oh,
it's your specialist subject,
yes.
Jesus. If anyone needs to be anywhere in the next half hour...
It's me, innit? It's genuinely me. Trying to live in a house like, tin foil, well, yeah, I'll buy it then. It's buzzing around like a little bee. I'm a penis to live with.
I did see your documentary on OCD, and you did look annoying.
I saw that show. I thought it was a bit of a mess. All over the place. I really like it.
Have you been sitting on that joke all summer?
Yes.
Totally worth it.
Thanks, dude. So West Coast, totally worth it.
Yeah, cowabunga, Sean. Top thing people do as soon as they wake up.
You can get this amazing sleep app on your phone. It turns itself on instantly when it hears anything during the night. And then you wake up in the morning, it's got 6 recordings, and you can play them back.
Oh, it'd be like Paranormal Activity.
It's brilliant. Like, you can upload it to the app. Like, the top 10 are actually women farting while they're sleeping.
Well, they got more holes, haven't they? I'm just saying that from a scientific perspective, that's an explanation. It's the same reason they don't like spiders.
Why?
It's the same movie, because you've got more places for the spiders to hide. I've only got one. And if a spider wants to go up there, bloody good luck to him.
Best way to start a conversation in a bar.
Is that a gun in your pocket, or is your penis shaped like a gun?
We go to the same bar.
It's amazing how much people will talk to you if you throw beer in a dog's face. They'll talk quite loud to you. If you just throw a pint of beer in a dog's face, people start talking to you. First they say, what's it doing?
And then you say conversation starter.
Yeah. Fancy the chat.
And they say, usually the conversation is, I'm blind and now my dog is drunk. Brilliant.
Worst thing about guests staying overnight.
It's when you wake up at breakfast and they're in the kitchen already and you think, who let you out? I bolted that.
Because you're quite fastidious. I imagine you don't like people using your stuff.
I don't mind them when I give them stuff. Don't help yourself to stuff. I mean, make yourself at home, that's a cliche, isn't it? You say it, but you don't mean it. Like, if you say make yourself at home and someone starts making themselves a cup of tea, you think, well, what are you doing? Get out of my cupboards, that's not where the tea's kept. Right, I'll make you a cup of tea. When I said make yourself at home, I meant sit down and shut up.
Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.